Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Capes, Cows, and Close Calls. My name is Nick. With me always is my co-host, Sean, the Irishman King.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man?
You just scared podcast dog.
I did. Podcast dog.
We did this before, too.
she again looks
She's,
like, what the fuck is happening?
Why are you clapping? Right off the bat, guys, thanks for joining another episode. Please interact, rate us in any way you want.
All links in the description below.
All links in the description. Any way you interact with the episode is very, very helpful, and we appreciate it.
Help us keep growing, for sure.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah, another episode in the books here.
Yeah, man, we're getting it done. I had a screw up today and forgot our podcasting camera, which also doubles as one of my actual photography cameras. So I took it last week and forgot to bring it. So this is being recorded on my iPhone, which
it's just like
people
one of
might
those,
not have known unless I said something. But
yeah,
here we are. Now you know. One of the
Why does this look funny? No, they make don't Apple commercials also get shot with iPhones?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, some of them at least. Because
Yeah.
they advertise we use our iPhone to do.
I mean, the bitch is $1,200. I should be able to shoot a fucking high quality video on it. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, I'm just worried about I might run out of space, but we should be fine. I switched.
Well, you just get this episode up and delete it off your phone.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm hoping I don't run out of space before
we
finish recording. You know what I mean?
I think
that's the other thing. But I think we'll be fine, too. Yeah, man. So, yeah, what's going on with you? How's your week been?
Good, man. Good. Summer's here. We had one nice summery day.
It was hot yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like 80-some plus degrees.
Yeah.
Which is hot for us.
Especially with like a abrupt jump to it.
Now we're back down to like 68.
Did you take the dog on a log walk? Did you do anything to enjoy? Take Joey to a park?
I don't like the heat, bro.
You gotta do it anyways.
I turned the air conditioning on is what I did.
Was it not on before?
No. We just been sleeping under fans.
Okay.
It's fan on full blast, windows open during the day.
A ceiling fan or a
ceiling fan.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's enough. Just that ceiling fan going.
I mean, because it's only hot at night for us, like when we sleep. You know what I mean? Because like
exactly what you wanted to turn on the AC.
Well, that's why we turned on it was cool enough because it was in like the 70s, like low 70s. So it was cool enough where we had the windows open all day, and then by the time we close the windows at night, because out here you cannot fucking sleep with the windows open.
Why?
Because those goddamn lake bugs, bro. You remember what they were like at your.
But yeah, screens.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I didn't have screens. I was just risking it all.
I can tell you, as somebody who does have screen shots, they don't make a goddamn difference.
No?
Those bitches still get in there like it's nothing. That went to sleep.
It's not going to stay.
No?
I mean, I just leave it. We're going to stop every couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
We try something new. We'll figure out. Next time we'll get a
now
USB.
It's a weird picture.
We're going to...
Just turn it off.
Yeah, we're going to turn it off.
We're going to figure this out, though.
I mean, it's nice and scenic.
That's true.
I don't know why you thought it was a weird photo.
Let us know. Had it been bothering you that there was just a big black screen behind Sean with nothing on it? Because it had been bothering me. And maybe it's just me being nitpicky, but I'm just like, we might as well utilize the TV that's behind your head. Because we're not going to unmount
I still like
it
my
for every
idea
episode.
that we put last week's episode up. And just
play
have
it in the
that
back.
muted playing in the background.
That's so ridiculous.
That's why we do it. I wanted to slightly distract people and be like, what happened in the last episode that Nick's moving his hand so much?
What is with your desire / commitment to making our show the most ridiculous thing out there?
Because that's what makes it entertaining.
You just want to go for every level of ridiculousness that you can.
Yeah. Don't you?
Not necessarily.
That's how you get people to talk about it.
That's not the only way to get people to talk about it, though.
The Capes, Calls, and Close Calls podcast have a podcast within a podcast. Trying to reception our podcast.
Is that what you want to be known? I'm thinking about what I want to be known for. You know what I mean? I don't know if I necessarily want to be known as the most ridiculous podcast out there.
I would.
Of course you would.
I would love it.
Why?
I don't know. You know what? I think it's very much my same humor that made me enjoy the TV show Psych. Because they would just do super ridiculous things in this show.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like,
that show a couple times.
I've tried to get you to watch it. You just don't get hooked in.
I just forget. You know what? I forget about it. That's what it is.
You should go home and watch it all tonight.
Just watch it. Isn't it like 18 seasons or some shit?
No, 5, 6, something like that.
Alright,
It's nothing. It's not that crazy, and they're not like super long seasons. It's just like how TV shows do like, man, what's the word for it when they like copy movies, like so like Psych does an episode that's like based off like they're copying the Clue movie.
Like they pay homage to it? Is that what
No, it's not. It's when they it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of the word. You're almost like doing a parody of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I feel like we should do parodies of other podcasts or other things of ourselves, right? Which is why we would go on the screen.
So you want to be known as a parody podcast?
Yeah.
A comic book parody podcast.
Speaking of other podcasts.
Okay.
I transition here. This week, I've listened to 2, maybe 3 episodes of Trevor Noah's podcast. What Now? Are you familiar?
I think so. I guess I didn't know he had a podcast. No.
So he's got a podcast.
Is it just him or does he have guests?
He has guests. So he's got like a regular co-host, but then he brings on different people.
Okay.
So he does.
I like Trevor Noah.
Yeah, I like him even more that I'm listening to this because I didn't really do the Daily Show.
Yeah,
I would do like clips, but I never
I
sat down and watched it.
Agree. Yeah, I saw clips all the time, but I never watched the full episodes of the show. But
he does I don't know how with the like how many episodes he does because it's not the main topic, but he does these episodes where he has guests on, but then he does these episodes called If I Ruled the World.
Okay.
Which brings me to my question for you. I think we're going to do a quick version of the game, so let me explain the game to you.
All right, let's go.
If I Ruled the World, you get to choose a rule that you could change within the world. It's like whatever level that you need it to be. So if it's your world. So if you need to be godlike ability to make the thing happen, like you have that, or if it's just the government, whatever it is, what's one thing that you would change if you had this ability? Now I'm gonna put a little twist to it.
Okay.
I want you not to choose the logical things. I want you to choose that this grinds my gear and I never want to see it. Like choose something ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example of one from Trevor Noah, and then I already have mine.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to give you a second.
Yeah.
So Trevor, the last one.
It's a deeper question than I expected.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
The last one that.
God, like levels and shit. What are you saying to me right now?
And Trevor was the one that pitched it. I say it like I know him.
mean,
Trev pitched that during sex, your partner would be able to hear what you're thinking, and it's involuntary. So you couldn't stop it from happening.
Okay.
It just would happen. So whatever your partner was thinking, and it was actually, it was intimate moments. So any intimate, so if you were just like kissing, whatever intimate moment, you would get to hear what your partner was thinking at that time.
Okay. That's cool.
So what they do is they do the episodes with 3 of them, and then they vote yes or no. And that one they said fuck no. And I get it too. I don't know that I would choose it. They were talking about, so then like people were like, basically ask you questions and try to pitch upon it. So they were like, can there be an opt-in or opt-out option? And Trevor was like, no opt-in or opt-out. It just happens.
My biggest question for that one would be, is it exclusive to certain partners, or is it just with anyone? Like, does it only work with like somebody I'm in a committed relationship with, or like if it's like
you're having a one night stand, it is happening.
Okay, then yes, the fuck no. Yeah. Now, if it was just with someone I was like in a committed relationship with, then I think that'd be fine.
But you wouldn't want it.
Squeaky toy.
I know she's gonna squeak the whole time. She's distracted by the siren right now.
I wonder if people could hear the squeaky toy. You think we could hear the squeaky toy?
That's what I was wondering, because it doesn't even faze me anymore.
Yeah.
But I think this would be annoying to hear on a podcast.
I get that. Probably would be.
I'm gonna try to switch toys.
All right, you do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do
you filled the dead air.
to fill this because I'm not gonna edit this out. It's more work for me, and I just don't want to do it.
I mean, it might be easy on your phone.
Toy? What are you gonna do?
I switched toys.
What are you gonna do with that one?
I'm gonna put it on the. But I was gonna put it on the table, but I feel like it's gonna bother you.
I mean, if you want, I guess. There you go.
There, out of sight.
Out of sight, out of mind. All right. So yeah, it's a fuck no. If just any person I'm being intimate with.
This is mine. So I thought of mine. This is a ridiculous thing, and I clearly thought about this while in traffic. This is mine.
You know, it's funny. My mind was literally going to traffic. I was thinking like traffic wise for what I want to change. But okay.
If you drive like an a-hole, you automatically get teleported back to where you started. You need to try again.
Start over, bitch.
Start over. Go back.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
That's funny.
I was thinking about because you know what I'm gonna put it like, you know what grinds my gears is when I'm on. It's particularly on Lakeshore that drives me nuts. And you're on that Lakeshore kind of by the fountain area, right?
Yeah.
And going north. And everybody gets into the turning lane to try to speed ahead and then jump back in to cut everybody. But that's big part of why we have such terrible traffic right here.
Yeah.
It's because you're making everybody slam on their brakes because you're doing that. Go back to where you came from. You got to start over again.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like when you're in grade school and you cut the line and the teacher tells you to get the back of the line because you cut. Same shit. We got to go to grade school or kindergarten, whatever age it is. Go to the back of where you came.
Yeah.
I also hate it when you're in a turning lane and then somebody's being impatient, so then they try to go around you, but then they block you in a turning lane.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
So, like, I can't go now. Like, you're just stealing where I'm waiting for the cars to go so I can, back to where you started.
All right, that's fair. I mean, so to piggyback off of that, there's been so many times I've been in traffic or, like you said, just driving and somebody's being an asshole. And I wish so badly that it was like real life Mario Kart. Like I just had a fucking Koopa shell that I could just throw at their car
and they go spinning
make them spin around for a little bit, and I could just keep on. You know what I mean? Like
that's a fun twist.
If I ruled the world, I had godlike powers, we'd be living real life Mario. Nobody would die, okay? But we'd be living real life Mario Kart. Like I'd throw the squid at you, ink you up, just make you fucking. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. I get the star power where I could just blast through everybody. Yeah, just blast through everybody. Oh, it'd be great. It'd be fantastic.
All right. I like it.
Now, I'd probably be selfish with it and only give it to select people.
You wouldn't. It wouldn't be a free.
I don't know if I would want everybody to just have Mario Kart power.
It'd take you so much longer to get it because you wouldn't even be doing anything.
Yeah, because then they'd be
somebody would be chucking it at you.
Next thing I'm slipping on banana peels and shit. And I'm
late for work. I'm just trying to get to work. Damn it.
That'd be crazy.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's another one.
I'll give you some of the examples that I heard, right? So it was this guy, they were joking that must have been in a dark place for this episode because the one guy on there was like, I want people who are dumb to feel pain when they say something dumb. And he was like, what?
Okay.
And then he had to really explain it. So what he was trying to say is when people are like willfully being dumb, like they know better, but they're saying something dumb anyways, trying to convince other people of their dumb thing. And he's like, so those people that are like, you don't need to take the vaccine, just go home and eat applesauce, they should feel pain.
You know what? That's fair.
They also voted no on that one.
That's fair. To piggyback off of that, I would also just say people who just say like just fucked up stuff. Whether it be like racist or sexist or whatever, you deserve pain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, you deserve it.
So you like that one? You would vote yes?
Yeah, I vote yes for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I vote yes for that one for sure.
One that I like, this is really just a podcast of another podcast. A lady pitched that everybody in the world needs to experience a year of a customer service job. And I'm so for it.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Everybody should. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yep. You know how to act respectfully to people if you just did it for 1 year.
Anyone who was born into a wealthy family should experience a year of being broke.
I like it.
I think they should.
That's kind of what they were getting at with the
humble them
with the customer service one.
Yeah.
It's particularly for people that are wealthy that never
just never.
Because a lot of us have had these jobs.
Yeah, the people who've never had to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, bring them right back. Like let's just. Yeah, man. If we could cut back on some shit like that, I think it'd help us. I think it'd help. I'm trying to think of another.
But I want ridiculous. We're doing like practical, some just super
some
ridiculous.
Yeah, the Mario Kart one would definitely be high up on my list. Like I'm living real life Mario. I'm throwing Koopa shells at people, banana peels.
Diaz she was strong on this.
Okay.
She said these people die.
Jeez.
She's like the people that go to parks that are not dog parks and take their dogs off the leash, instant death. I was like, I think death is a little
harsh. Tough.
People will keep their leash on their dog.
Who don't train their fucking small dogs and then get mad at you because you have a big dog that can kill their small dog don't deserve to have that dog. I feel very strongly on that. Very strong. I'm not going to wish death upon that dog. But I feel pretty strongly that you should be stripped of that animal. I'm going to say that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't deserve that animal. Something ridiculous, though. I don't know. I feel like we might have to revisit this one. I know I could come up with some ridiculous stuff. You want to think about it for a little bit? Yeah, but I'm blanking right now. All I can do is piggyback off of what you're talking about. But I know there's some out there. I wasn't expecting this deep of a question, Sean. Our questions aren't always this deep. If they are, I usually give you a heads up ahead of time. Like, hey, man, this is gonna require some thought. Put some thought into it.
I thought you got it, man. I thought you were gonna be right on it.
Something ridiculous though.
Because it's easy to think of the big ones.
Yeah, it is easy to think of the big ones. Yeah, like I said, when you talked about it, my mind immediately went to like traffic. The dog thing is a big one because I'm just so sick of people, especially in the city, walking around without their dog on a leash. Like, the fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
That's just
we had done
stupid.
So it doesn't bother me that much. It bothers me only if your dog doesn't have perfect recall and your dog's coming to you.
It was just like 90% of them. I've experienced maybe 2 people who've had that.
Because I feel like you mainly get it for small dogs. Whenever I get it from a medium to a large dog, that dog usually has recall.
Yeah, because they can't just take their giant dog off of a leash and not do anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, it's always the small dogs.
Yeah. But like if you go to certain places, like we always do the walk over to Montrose, and the one that's right next goes Recreation. There's like a big field right out front. Mm-hmm. Before you like cross Lakeshore, and that's just like notorious. It's not a dog park. It's not fenced in. Everybody's got their dog off a leash. So it only bothers me if the dog is coming at me. Yeah. And for the listeners, and my dog is what it is, right? And I'm like, I would pet the dog if it was just me. But we went for a run, and I was going to go longer, and Dia was taking Callie back. She's smiling at me. She's going to hear me tell the story. And can I tell the full story? So I'm not there. This is what I heard of when I got back.
Idea.
Is that she's walking. There's a big German Shepherd-y dog coming at Callie and her.
Okay.
And Dia's like, my dog's not friendly. Call your dog back. And the dog wasn't listening. And so the dog kept coming. And the guy's not trying, you've seen people, right? He's not trying hard enough to come get the dog. So the best part of the story is there's another guy, a third party, who is screaming at this dude. And he has a small dog. He picks his small dog up in case anything happens. And he's looking at it. Sir, you chased this poor lady all the way down the field. Sir, the poor lady, you're chasing them. Is that doing the story justice?
Did you get it where he popped out from behind the wall
holding a poodle? Yep, he popped out of nowhere.
That's hilarious.
Holding a poodle.
He was like screaming, defending my honor.
That's hilarious. At least you had somebody there to back you up. Because that'd be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the dog thing. Yeah, the dog thing is a big one. People who allow their dogs to shit on sidewalks and don't clean it up.
And don't clean it up. People just don't clean it up in general.
Yeah, like
The
you
amount
should-
of times
you should have to clean. Here's my
Particularly-
rule. You should then have to go clean that poop up barehanded. Barehanded. No bag, no pooper scooper, barehanded.
you just teleport it back. You
Pick
can't
up-
get anywhere until you
pick
pick
up
it
that
up.
cold shit.
I used to at my old place when I would go to the park. I was always fucking shit. I stepped in something, and then I'm like trying to wipe it off.
Yeah,
I don't get it here as much.
terrible.
Yeah,
That sounds terrible. Cool.
keep
Yeah, I
thinking
gotta think
about
some
it.
more. I gotta
We'll
think some
revisit
more.
it
Yeah,
next
yeah.
episode.
We'll come back to that one for sure, man. But today, this might be a bit of a shorter episode because we went to see a movie today. We're going to be reviewing a movie. And we're also kind of revisiting a topic that we talked about previously.
Yes. I wish I knew what episode we would
I don't
call
remember
it
what
back,
episode
but it was
it
a while
either.
back.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago. It was maybe,
I mean, we were recording here.
yeah, it was maybe
I
like
think we were doing video yet.
maybe 10 episodes ago, something
Yeah.
like that. But Sean went on record saying live action is always better.
Live action
Real
is
is
always
always better.
Yep, that's that. Yeah, real is always better.
And we had that conversation because I mentioned to you that they were coming out with a live action How to Train Your Dragon movie.
Yes. Well, shout out to the Storm podcast.
Yeah.
We keep doing parodies of other podcasts.
Yeah.
This stemmed from a conversation from them.
Malcolm is the biggest How to Train Your Dragon fan I've ever met in my life, bro. Like, he literally posted his review, and in parentheses, he put, from a How to Train Your Dragon super fan. And
Man, he got it out already, 'cause
He's
this came out
not
today, right?
bullshitting. Yeah, I think he got one of the early screenings.
Oh, okay.
He's not bullshitting. He's a super fan. Like, he rides for these movies. So, is this movie based off a comic book? No. But whatever. It's our fucking podcast. We do what we want. But I
feel
thought
like
it
I
would
meant
be
to Google.
good.
I'm sure there's a comic. Of
I'm
Tom
sure
and
there's
Dragon.
something. I know there's a book. It's based off of an actual novel. Whether or not it's been converted into some kind of graphic novel or comic book, I don't know. But either way, we wanted to revisit the topic. Is live action always better? Because this movie is based off of the animated movie, which is based off of a book. But the animated movie, which is very, very highly rated, highly regarded. Actually, let me see How to Train Your Dragon animated movie. Let me see how it rates right now. 8.1 on IMDb out of 10. It literally, is this real?
It's well real.
That's crazy. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 99%. Almost.
How to Train Your Dragon series includes a line of comic books. There's
Well, there you
comic
go.
books. There we go.
There you go.
Fits. One of these days, we're going to find one that doesn't have a comic.
I know, right?
Because every time we've done this,
There's always been one. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
99% for the
animated
animated.
How to Train Your
I
Dragon
get it.
movie. 8.1 on IMDb. Screen Rant gave it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, it's got crazy ratings.
we
across
had
the
this
board.
conversation, and then I went and rewatched that movie, watched the second. I
Right,
thought
you
I
told
watched
me.
the third until today when I was like, I didn't watch the third. I forgot at the time you couldn't stream it. So now I want to
You gotta watch the
want to
third.
watch the third. Do you want to ask me the question again?
Okay. You just want to jump right into it?
Let's just jump right into it.
Is live action always better?
This movie's not better.
Yes.
I'll admit it.
It's not.
Bro, honestly, I don't even think I would say this is a good movie.
Really? So here's
It's
my thing.
too. I think you're about to say it. Are you about to say it?
It's the same damn thing.
It's too much of like literally.
Shot for shot,
The
beat
same
for beat,
fucking
the
movie.
same fucking movie.
And
But somehow doesn't feel like it doesn't hit the same.
it really doesn't. I think I was trying to think of how I would improve upon this movie. So this is like partially me eating my words because whenever we do this with comic books, we did this a lot with DC because they would take titles of big things, or not even just that. We would just say if all they did for the live action was just take what was in the comic book
And just do that.
and do that, there'd be so many great movies. There's so many great comic books. You know which ones they are because they're the ones that sell the most.
Yeah.
Just do that. And then here we are. If you took the animated movie and just made it live action, and I was like, this is fucking annoying. Because it's literally like, I wonder if you played it side by side. It's like literally like word for word.
So it had been a long time since I had seen the first movie. I've seen all three of them. Phenomenal fucking trilogy, right? The third one is great. But the third one was the last one I saw, and that was like maybe a year or so ago. So I hadn't seen the first one in a very long time. But I've seen that movie multiple times where I remember it well enough. But I was like, you know what? I want to rewatch it before I go see the live action just to see how closely it follows. Because I knew they were going to be pretty close. I wanted to see how close exactly. And I actually didn't get a chance to quite finish it. I was watching it literally up until the point where I left to come get you to go see the movie. So I watched basically up until the point where Hiccup goes for the first ride with Toothless, where they like get it right. It's the same movie, bro. Like legit, almost word for word. Like they literally took the exact same script and were just like, here, we're just doing this. And what's funny is that the guy who directed the animated one also directed this one. And he said it was going to be very true to the spirit of the animated one. So like, because he was assuring people like, don't worry. Like it's going to be very true to the animated, very true to the spirit of the animated.
He overdid it.
Bro, it's the same movie. It's the same movie. And it doesn't approve upon anything. Because number one, there's not that much to approve upon when it comes to this movie. But just making it look real didn't help this in any kind of way.
Your air quotes for our listeners makes sense too, because, and we talked about this with the trailer, like even the dragons don't look that much more real than they did in the animated.
Toothless
so
is
just
the exact
people,
same design.
Yeah, so just the people are real now.
Yeah, literally.
And then sometimes when they're going through the forest, it's like that's a real forest.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's you know what? And I think so. I was trying to think, how can I improve upon it, and what's wrong with it? So for one, what's wrong with it is I think they needed a nerdier kid.
Okay.
Because he is nerdier animated.
Yeah.
He's I don't know the name of the actor, but that actor just has like a notoriously kind of nerdy voice.
Oh,
and he's
the voice actor?
The voice actor. I know he's awesome. He's in a bunch of movies. He's in Sorcerer's Apprentice, stuff like that.
I can't think of his name.
He it worked because he was kind of drawn to be scrawnier and smaller.
Jay Baruchel?
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
But he's drawn or animated to be like smaller than the other people in his like age group.
Yeah.
But I was like, I actually believe this guy would be more fit
100%
than everybody else here.
Yeah,
so like that didn't work.
If I was to pick out of a lineup who I felt like could kill a dragon the most effectively, it's him.
Right.
I'm picking that.
So they
dude.
don't, not quite casted well. I mean, I think he did an okay job acting.
Yeah.
But like for what they were going for, so that was a miss. I think how they could have improved upon this is if they made it PG-13 and just got a little okay. These Vikings are supposed to be killing dragons. You know what we didn't see?
And that is
single dragon killed. We also didn't see a single Viking killed.
That's true.
And if you made it PG-13 and we saw like, oh man, that was crazy. That dude just got eaten. Like that might have improved upon it a little bit.
I like that because I didn't think about that, but you're right. I think that would have helped to give us a little bit more, just oomph. A little bit more like, oh shit, okay. Because here's my thing, right? Also, did you know Gerard Butler, the guy who plays Hiccup's
voices
dad,
him, yeah.
voices him and played him in the live
apparently
action?
got really emotional at the end of the screening for this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he felt really close with this
like
role, and then he got to play
moment.
it.
Yeah. I mean it's cool. I think they chose right. Like my only worry when they picked him was like he's not, because Hiccup's dad in the animated movie is enormous, right?
Right.
Like you believe that like he could bare-hand a dragon head, and so I'm like they picked Gerard Butler like he's not that big, but they just beefed him up with a bunch of jackets and quilts and shit and just made him look huge, so it worked out. What was I gonna say? So Yeah, so and we kind of talked about this when we talked about if live action is always better, and we were the conversation was, why do they continue to make these what many consider to be already great versions, great adaptations in the animated form, live action? And the theory is that it's because live action appeals more to adults than it does to children. Adults
Right.
seem to inherently think or assume that animated properties are for children, right? So you lose out on that audience. Just something about it just feels more kiddish.
They didn't get the memo.
They clearly did, because they literally took.
And it's still a very kiddish movie.
Yeah, so it's like, what? Why did we do this? That, I guess that was
Right.
my whole thinking when this movie was done. Is I'm like, well, why did we do this? We didn't change anything about it. Was it just to showcase that technology is far enough along that we could do it in live action? Because I mean, to be fair, it did look good, right? Like,
Right.
There was at no point was I like, oh, that CGI is a little wonky. That looks a little bad.
I did.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
thought it all looked pretty good. I thought they did.
When Toothless first picks up, what's her face?
Astrid.
Astrid? That's a weird scene.
Mm,
That
okay.
CGI didn't work. I was
No?
like, she is not being carried by a dragon right now.
I mean, I get that. I thought it worked. I thought they were also very strategic with the way they would show dragons. If you notice, the only one you saw real detail in was Toothless.
Toothless, yeah.
Every other dragon was kind of like, you got glimpses of them here and there.
Very close up.
Yeah, very close up or very far away. They're flying by really quickly, so it's kind of like just a blur. Even when Toothless jumps in to fight the other dragon because he thought he was going to
Yeah.
hurt Hiccup,
It's all smoky.
It was all just
Yeah.
just flash and movement, and like you don't get a lot of detail there. So yeah, it's kind of like what do we do this for? Like, is it to try to capture a new audience that didn't grow up with this movie? Because the original one came out in 2010. So you're talking 15 years ago. That is a long
Right.
time.
You can get a new audience with this.
You could definitely get a new audience.
There wasn't a
with it.
single child in that theater today.
No, it wasn't. So it's like it honestly, it feels like the people who are really gonna go see this movie are the people who love the animated version, who are adults now and are just like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to go see this in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't do anything to enhance upon the animated.
So that's where I
version that
think
we
like
have.
these other ones that we've gotten, like that's why it works is because they change things.
yeah, or
Right?
doesn't work.
And like you want or doesn't work, right? But you want to see what's different,
right,
right? Like you want to go like, man, Will Smith is the genie. I want to see his portrayal.
yeah,
That's not Robin Williams. Let me go see what this is like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of the retellings of like Snow White, like they change the story dramatically.
yeah.
Like, and then sometimes they do stories from like different characters' point of views in the
Yeah.
live action, right?
Like
Alice in
Maleficent.
Wonderland. Oh, Maleficent, perfect. Alice in Wonderland. I feel like they do a lot on the Hatter, and all three of the movies they were able to make in live action
Yeah.
based on one animated movie.
Yeah.
Like, so there's this. Like, I know we're just like being redundant, but like, man, like I think if you hit play at the same time, you would be seeing the same
The
thing.
same movie, yeah.
And I think for that point, like that's a big part why like I was bored.
I get that.
Ow.
I was too at one point.
Start looking around the theater.
I agree. At one point, I got a little dozy because I just turned this on like last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the animated version. I turned it on last night. So the first half of the movie, I'm like, I literally just saw this. This is the exact same thing I just saw. It's almost identical. And so yeah, going into this, I even thought before we did this review, I was like, should we do a non-spoiler review like we did for like Thunderbolts and stuff? And I'm like, if you've seen this movie, there's nothing
to spoil.
to spoil.
I can't tell you a single
beat
thing.
for beat the same movie.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing different about it. So yeah, that's what makes this one hard because
What's to even talk about because it's the same movie.
it's the same movie. Yeah. So it's like it's not better than the original, but what's crazy though is that it's not like significantly worse. There's nothing that they changed or did differently where I'm like, that was a stupid decision. Why would they do that? That was dumb. They should have just stuck to the source material. That was crap. That was this. You know what I mean? It was so close to the source material, but yet somehow felt flat in comparison. that this movie just feels like pointless.
Agreed.
Other than just, again, to maybe capture a new audience and then come out with
Right,
new merch,
like experience it
new toys and
in
shit.
live action. Honestly, I'm eating my words a little bit, but they just like if you've never seen the movie, I would probably tell you go watch the animated.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would
I would
tell you
say,
the same thing.
You know, equal things, right? I wouldn't be like go watch the live. No, go watch the animated.
Go watch
one.
the animated
Because
one.
I remember, like
Don't bother paying for the same movie when you
Right.
can see the superior version on streaming.
and I much more enjoyed the animated one.
I agree.
Because like I said, like I watched it years ago, and then I watched it again recently when we talked about it, and like there's something about like, you know, their dragons are like their pets,
Yeah.
and like having a solid pet for the last so many years in my life that made me like really enjoy like the cuteness. Now like Callie would have my back the same way
Yeah.
to this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so you have this like heartwarming kind of feeling watching it. I remember watching it with Andrea Dia. We were sitting there, and I'm like, she's acting just like your cat right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but then you don't get that with the live action at all.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, maybe you do. Maybe I didn't because I just watched this movie animated and I got it there. But I was literally just like,
So to
it's real
be
dark in this theater.
yeah.
And these armrests move up and down. Did you notice that armrest? Like,
Did they actually?
they did.
They moved up and down?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Seriously?
Yeah.
Why you didn't tell me? I was hunched over like this. Did you not see me hunched the fuck over?
Were you uncomfortable with the armrest?
I was uncomfortable because the chair didn't move. What is up with these theaters and not having fucking recliners at this point? The
an
fact
older
that
theater.
there's still movie theaters that don't have recliners is baffling.
I mean, I walk into this theater. It looks like it was, you know, made in the 90s.
It does. But also, so not only do they not recline, but they don't even have like a little rock motion to them. You know, like
They're
how
the
some
old
theaters,
school-
they go back a little bit.
Yeah.
These were straight up. It's crazy to think that we used to sit in movie theater because it's so fucking uncomfortable.
But it used to be wildly different. We used to not select our seats either. So
Yeah,
you
that's
had... I've been like loosely watching Seinfeld because they're just 22 minutes. So like here and there I'll throw
Yeah.
an episode on. And they have like a movie theater episode. And then they're all in line
Yeah.
to make sure they're good. And I just like hit me with the flashback. Like, oh my God, man. We used to have to get there so fucking early. Because the worst nightmare would be you got that front row and you got
Yeah,
to...
you gotta look up like that.
Yeah.
I remember getting in line for the OG Avengers for the midnight release.
Yep.
And I wasn't in the very front row, but I wasn't on the elevation at
Right,
all.
you're on
Like
that.
I was on the flat level at the bottom. I was at the back. I was in the last row of the flat level, but I was still on the flat level. So yeah, I was slouched down in my seat so my neck wouldn't hurt from doing this all goddamn movie. It was crazy. But
Yeah.
that is a ridiculous time. I never want to go back to that.
I kind of miss it.
I don't.
The hype of being in the line, everybody excited.
Yeah, that's cool, but give me my assigned seat. Like, let me know where I'm going to sit. I'd be cool if
you,
they're like, hey, we're gonna keep. Now I will say I do miss the midnight release, right? Because we just saw this movie at 5:30 on the Thursday before it technically releases, right? And there were early showings. There was like a 4:15 show.
Yeah.
So you could see this movie as early as 4 o'clock the day before it technically comes out. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be that shit came out at midnight, Friday, like Thursday night / Friday morning.
Honestly, I don't miss that.
I miss that.
Yeah, you'll be in that bitch 2, 3 in the
That
morning.
was great. I loved it.
Nah, I
love
want to go to bed.
I love that. So you would rather bring? We're just completely off the movie now. It's because it's not that much to talk about.
it.
So you'd rather do that? You'd rather go back to unassigned seats than midnight releases with assigned seats?
Yeah,
They're crazy. You're
bro. I honestly,
absolutely crazy.
like, I don't think I would do a midnight release now.
No, I
No.
would. I definitely would.
I don't like. What's the next like super? Right,
Fantastic Four, Superman.
Maybe Avengers Doomsday is big enough for me to do it.
Other than that, you're like, I can wait till the next.
I
day.
could just wait until the next day. I'd rather watch it not being tired than because I don't think I would enjoy it as much. I'm just sitting there like,
See, I used to. Well, first of all, I'm a night person,
right.
so I stay up like that late anyway. Secondly, dude, I would take naps ahead of time. Like I'd be like, I'm going to see this midnight release.
See, I can't, man.
Let
I
me
can't
take me
remember
a
the last
nap.
time I fell asleep for a nap.
No, you should take
No.
more naps, man.
Bro, it doesn't work, man. I just lay there and wide awake.
That's crazy. They're hella enjoyable.
That's what I'm talking about with this. Like, that's why I always try to make these nights early because, like, I've gotten a routine, and if I mess up my routine, I have a hard time falling asleep.
I got you. Yeah. No, I'm not like that.
Wow, keep it.
I'm just
I wonder because I heard
loosey-goosey with my sleep.
that having children changes it because the beginning you're getting shit sleep.
Correct.
Because you're constantly being waking up, so you
Correct.
eventually kind of relearn the skill to like fall asleep easily.
Yeah, you have to.
But it's
or else
gonna,
you
but
just
like the
won't
beginning
sleep.
sucks,
Yeah.
right? So like I wonder because you got a 3-year-old, so you got that skill again, and I need to pop out some children,
Maybe, man.
and maybe I'll get that
That is
skill.
gonna
But right now,
fuck you up in the beginning.
oh, I know,
Every
I
2
know.
hours, bro.
yeah, bro, and it takes me like an hour to fall asleep.
Yeah, so either you're going to have to learn how to just get in naps when you can, or you're just going to be dead tired all the time.
Wow. All right, what else you got to say? Do you got anything else to say about this movie?
Do
This is
I
a
have anything
fast
else?
episode.
Yeah, do I have anything else to say about this movie? Not particularly. Who is it for? Why did we make it?
What do we usually
The
have?
emotions.
Any
You know
standout
what it is?
characters?
No. I take that back. I think Astrid was a standout character. I liked her. And maybe it's because there was so much fucking controversy around her being black going into this. But, like, she did a fantastic job. Like,
Yeah,
she was cool. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. I think she did great.
I think she did great.
I thought Gerard Butler did great too.
Yeah. I thought he did good, too. I do feel like there's some moments where I'm just like, the emotion just did not hit the same for me. Like, it just
It worked better in the
felt
animated.
flat. Yeah, it felt flat in comparison to the animated version, which is kind of annoying. But and you know what's even crazier is that if this does well, they're gonna make the next 2.
The same.
And it's like, are you gonna do the same thing? Is it
They
just
are.
going to
If this works, they're not breaking the formula.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Can we do something more?
Maybe
Can
they're
we
gonna start
expand
doing the
upon it?
opposite. They're gonna start making really good live action movies animated. See if it works. They'll redo the whole MCU in an
Just in
animated, form.
form. Dude, animation is great. Like, I don't know.
Ah man,
Animation's
I wanted
good.
to.
What
keep
dragon
saying-
would you want if you had to pick from one of those dragons? Is it toothless?
It's toothless. It's always toothless.
It's always toothless.
Maybe one of the fucking what they called the biggest ones.
The one that sets itself on fire.
No, the one that controls all of them.
Oh, the
kaijus?
alpha. The kaiju? Is that what you just
Is
said?
that what they're called, right? Am I right? That's
I
right,
mean,
right?
They're kaijus are usually like giant Japanese monsters, as they call them in Japan. Like Godzilla's
Like
a
Godzilla,
kaiju.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a kaiju for sure.
I mean, I guess you could call it a kaiju, sure.
I thought you would appreciate that more.
I do. I listen. I do respect that you even got to that conclusion of calling it a kaiju.
I had a friend recently try to connect with me, and I felt bad because he really likes anime.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, "You've seen the Iron Man anime, right?" And I'm like, sorry, man. I don't really
quite
watch.
a bit. Yeah, there's an Iron Man anime. There's an X-Men anime. There's a Deadpool anime. Did you watch any of the Batman movie anime?
No.
Movie? The Batman Ninja, I think that's what it's called.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it.
you didn't watch any of those? Yeah, there's 2 of them now. There's a sequel that either just came out or it's coming out soon, where like they're introducing like other members of the Justice League as like Japanese inspired like characters, hero things. So yeah, man. Yep.
Do you merge your two and watch these?
Not particularly. No. I don't know. I didn't really like you know what it is? The Batman one, I didn't like the animation of it. I think I tried it. I don't think I finished it though. Mostly because I just didn't like the animation.
Okay.
I feel like they should have just, I don't know. I just didn't like the animation. I've heard that like the Marvel animes are pretty good. I've never taken the time to watch them, but I've heard that some of them are pretty decent. I don't have anything against them. To me, I read the comic books, I watch the movies. To me, it just doesn't feel necessary to go with the crossover. You know what I mean? Like, I watch animes and I like the original stories of animes, and then I like the comic books because I like reading the stories of the characters that I know. To me, I don't need the crossover. Like, it doesn't necessarily appeal to me. I'm just like, I don't need that. Like, I want to see you in your regular form. I don't need you in an anime form. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me.
How many dragons out of 5?
It's hard because it's like,
I'm going to. Just watch the animated
just
version.
watch the animated one. Like, I feel like that's my rate. I don't even have a rating for this one. Watch the animated one. That's
You
my rating.
gotta give it a rating.
1.
It's fine.
Watch the animated one.
I can't believe I rated higher. 2 and 1.
Just watch the animated one.
Yeah.
There's no point of this one.
I'm curious what Rotten Tomatoes audience score ends up being. It's too early, man. You can't take
think
it
so?
now.
Let me just see where it's at right now. I guess, yeah, technically the movie does come out tomorrow. Funny enough, it's got the exact same score on IMDb as the animated one, which is 8.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes right now. So early scores. So the critic score is at 77%, and the audience score is at 99.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know, man. Like,
Toothless.
if
even
you were
looks
new
the same.
to it,
they could have made Toothless look, I don't know, more menacing, like more like what a real life dragon would look like.
yeah.
It just, I don't know. It's weird, man.
All right.
You know, Toothless is based on an axolotl.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You should tell it. You got 2 of them. You
I
should
do have
mention
two of
to
them.
the.
Yeah, I have 2 axolotls.
Wow.
Boonta and Boba. So yeah.
Right.
Based on
I think-
axolotl. I think that's it. Is that
That's it. That's
Do we
it.
have anything else?
That's all I got, man. That's
How short was this episode? I feel like it's 30 minutes long.
47 minutes.
That's fine. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening this time. We appreciate you guys dragon riding with us, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.